Instead of saying scaling, we could actually say distorting. When you select an object in Navisworks, you have the ability to stretch the object as well as scale the overall size of that object using you guessed it, the gizmo. This video will focus on using the gizmo to both stretch and scale an object. Then we'll look at putting it back to its original size and shape. So to follow along, go ahead and open up your navisworks essential.nwd file. Let's zoom in on this area right up here. Go ahead and right-click and select this pipe cover. Go to the Item Tools tab. Let's click on the Scale button. Notice that we have a few different choices. We can stretch it up, stretch it out, stretch it over. We can also uniformly scale it in 3 different directions as well. So by clicking an arrow, you're actually stretching it. By clicking one of these planes, you can actually uniformly scale it in that direction. First thing I want to do is I want to stretch it back over this way to cover up those pipes. So I'm going to click on this arrow. I'm going to stretch it this way. Then I'm going to select this guy, and I'm going to hold it open, and I'm going to scale it down. Notice it gets smaller. I can stretch it up, and it gets taller. I can stretch it in, and it gets wider. Notice that all the functions I'm doing, however, are based upon the center line of this item. When I stretch it up, it's actually growing down too. But when I stretch it this way, it gets wider in both directions. When I grab one of these planar items, it will actually scale it based on that center line. Hit Escape a couple times, right-click on the item. Let's go to Reset Item, Reset Transform, and it will pop the item back to where it was before you started messing around with it. Stretch, scale, it's really all the same. Remember though, once you override this item in Navisworks, it will stay overridden even if you edit it in Revit, re-export it, and bring it back into Navisworks.